What's going on, gamers? We got an interesting topic here to cover, and it's once again Mr. Mike Ybarra, or Ybarra, however you want to say it. But hey, the console market isn't a successful business, he says. It is if you do it right. He's basically throwing more shots at Microsoft, but it gets more interesting than this. You know, I really didn't look into this until last night, but I was so busy with other stuff that by the time I got to it, I was like, man, I can't do this too late yet. I got to get to it sometime. And then today I'm like, you know what? Let's get to this. But there was a post by IGN, as we know, I did that video saying how there's a new successful milestone for Sony hitting 136 billion. So he comes out and says this because you can tell that, like, people were saying Mikey Berry is like the X that has a problem with Microsoft to a certain extent, but it wasn't what he wanted to see from Microsoft. There was always problems. It didn't work out. Some of his takes are definitely not always right. But lately, yeah, he's been aggressive more than Sean Layden. It's like Sean Layden I can understand because, you know, that was a thing that went on, but he's just going against him outside of that. Hellblazer comes out and says, all the bitter EX. And Mike says, your console is dead. Whoa, I would have never expected him to come out and say that. That is like an eye-opener. And I don't mean by necessarily saying that it is or anything like that, but I mean by like, somebody that used to work for Microsoft, because if we scroll up and just basically click on it, I mean, in his profile, it says right there, former president Blizzard, corporate vice president Microsoft, Windows, and Xbox Steam. I mean, he still kind of has that in his resume. But I think that there's a grudge, and then there's like, you know, gloves off, I don't work for you, I'm just going at you because I want to. Obviously, I know he pisses off the Xbox community, I can imagine. I haven't checked out any videos on this, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some. Let me know what you guys think about this, though. This is very interesting. He came up and told him, your console is dead. That's crazy, man. I could imagine, and this guy got ratioed, because you know there's going to be people that want this topic to be true, like, you know, people who are exclusively in the PlayStation world, maybe some people in the Switch world, but in Nintendo world, it's not, they don't really look at it like that, except if you have guys like Harmon Smith and stuff, you know what I mean? But that's like a rare bunch. It doesn't happen too often, and it's funny to watch him. But you got people in that world, and in the PC, it just depends if they hate Microsoft because or Xbox or Microsoft because they ruined it and then they went to PC. If they think like that right now on PC, or people who are only in Steam that want nothing to even do with that, they may have went and did that because they're disappointed. Vice versa, you know, there's always a whole bunch in that aspect. But I could imagine what Microsoft is thinking, looking at that, seeing that somebody that used to be in a VP position would come out and say and tell somebody who's representing Xbox still. I think Hellblazer has to be an Xbox guy. Let's just go ahead and see. Okay, so he has all that going on. Who knows what we're going to run into? I'm not going to even take that chance. But I'm pretty sure he's saying that because he's talking about the Beater EX. He's followed by Tim Doc. So there has to be something along going with that. But going down, Orlando says like the Switch 2, right? And then here comes Blazer saying, sad that PC is dead, not even sure where to go now. And I think he's continuing on after that. And then he goes again, which one? He's trying to say these are all, what, Xboxes, I guess? I don't know if he wants to play that game. You know how I'm with that, but we're not getting into that. Now, somebody comes in interestingly right here, games trailers, and he says, just like your career. Oof, depending on how much money Mike has, that kind of depends. But I guess that's a nice way to kind of like fire back. At least this guy has something intelligent to say. Big Boss down here says, your console is dead. So they're continuing with that too. And he says, my console still works. Hey, this guy's got some nice replies coming back. Okay. And then Clute says MF got fired twice. He did get at you twice. That's funny. That man's in all likelihood a multimillionaire. I think he'll be just fine. That's what I said. I think you can tell him that, but he's a millionaire. He don't give a shit. And he's living life, and he's just criticizing Microsoft, and who cares? They're not going to do anything. That's the way he sees it, and what are you going to do about it? I'm telling you, he has that type of look. He's a Mike. Boom, roasted. Shaking my head, he got more money than all of us. Keep it gaming, bro. And then we have Niv over here. Mike Ybarra, gloves off. LOL. That's why I said gloves off. That's I kind of feel like he's doing that, and he's been wanting to. I feel like he's pissed at Microsoft, like the Angry X or something. People are right about that. And it says, to those clapping back about his career being over, he's literally CEO of Prize Picks, who saw 60% year-on-year revenue growth in 2024 and 2025. Under his leadership, always or All Wins also acquiring a 62% stake in Prize Picks for 1.6 billion. I mean, that is cool that Nib has that type of information. I want to see what some people say down here. Nib's out here fighting for his life this weekend, forced to glaze Mike because Mike said console warrior things like him. Nib's the I think he meant to say pioneer, getting laughed at in the replies of every post he makes, just like Mike Ybarra or Ybarra, whatever. Nib's a plonker. You could say that, getting laughed at. Sorry about that. Your name is Poor Station, and this is your profile picture. I can literally smell your incel energy from a mile away. Oh, the drama gets started. So we see Nib had a poster, which is actually interesting. We'll get back to this if we need to. So coming down here, we see Slayer over here laughing, and then what's his face telling him, get the body bag. Dude, skull face, laughing. It gets very interesting, Mike. So going back, we can go down. This person says the person so desperately trying to stay relevant by showcasing their previous jobs from years ago and by being fired, no less. Well, if he has a good job, I think he'll be okay. But yeah, this all is funny to me. Let's read some more comments down here. Let's see. Porter Rock, here he is. Oh man, Porter Rock's coming on the scenes. He says, yo, Mike is on demon time, with a whole bunch of laughing emotes right here. And we got somebody down here starting mess, as we see. Though I would disagree with them. But that's funny that Porter Rock came and said that he had 240 likes. So we know what was going on here, y'all. The whole PlayStation community, or, you know, the community that is with Porter Rock and his page are all on this, liking this, loving this, because it's a way to say Xbox is dead again. I would not be surprised. You know what? I forgot about him. You guys know who I'm talking about. I would not be surprised if Dreamcast guy mentions this in one of his upcoming videos. That would be absolutely hilarious to me. Not that, you know, that'd be something I want to celebrate, but you guys know what I mean. It's just funny to laugh at. But yeah, this is all funny to me. So we got Porter Rock on the scene. Let's keep going down, man. This is getting interesting. Rooster, why are you console warring, they say. K Mega, come on, bro. That's unnecessary. Yeah, I just think he just wants to throw those daggers. And guys, I'm telling you, you don't do that because... you just want to do that. There is some beef that is not settled between him and Microsoft. It's pretty funny because, like I said, that's gloves off. Socking you. My console is alive and kicking. I'm really sorry that some Microsoft executives pissed on your Cheerios one morning and your life changed. But get over it. Make some games and make more people happy. Don't be a... Ooh, man. Guys... Man, don't be a B unless you're planning to become David Jaffe #2. Cheers. Ooh, man, that's a dagger because David Jaffe on here, God of War and all that stuff with the Valve situation. Okay, yeah, that's damn. Some shots are fired back at Mike. This gets very interesting. So let me know what you guys think about this. This doesn't have to be a long one. We've had to get some entertainment going on with this. Pretty sure you probably wanted me to cover this, so we had to get this out. And yeah, the Xbox community is firing back. It's dead, yet PlayStation just published Helldivers on it. Makes sense. The Xbox community is not having it. They're backing up the Xbox community and defending them. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. All right, y'all. Peace out. And you know what I got to do, y'all. Though, you know, we're riding in the PlayStation. We're getting the good games. You guys saw what's going on my Twitter post. But I still have to do this because this is for fanboys. Ponies, sit down. Right? PlayStation gamers, keep gaming. Xbox gamers, keep gaming. PC gamers, Nintendo gamers, gamers in general, keep gaming. Even y'all on the phone, man. You know what I mean? You're contributing to gaming. But, you know, you fanboys, man, and this other drama, man, Lord help them. Peace out.